Hello, and welcome to the virtual elevator pitch. And today I have Molly Mahon, and she is going to tell us all about her company, Molly Mahon. You have 30 seconds to tell us about it.
So we create a range of fabrics, wallpaper and homewares using the method of block printing, an ancient and beguiling way of creating patterned cloth with exquisite carved wooden blocks. Started at my kitchen table as a hobby, we're on the most amazing journey, collaborating with the likes of Bowden and a huge fabric house in the US. Particularly proud to be working with master printers in India, where our fabrics are now produced. I am passionate about making homes happy, welcoming places full of joy and delight, and believe that including a bit of block printed fabric is the perfect place to start.
I mean, you had me at block print, Molly, because I love it. Like you, I love India and I love block print. I think you were saying at Bowden, but I've seen such an excitement in how their prints are getting the direction of their prints. I now know why you've got the curtain pulled back behind you, because I presume that's one of your block prints. Are you doing also direct to consumer?
My company is direct to consumer, and we sell mostly via our website, mollymahon.com. We have a huge array and a growing array of fabrics and wallpapers. And then I love to make homewares. So we make cushions and lampshades and wash bag, and you can put pretty pattern on so many things. It's a sort of never-ending growing platform, I think, of items. But we really enjoy working with other brands, and yes, recently did something with Bowden where I did the block print designs for them, and then they put them onto their clothing, which was amazing.
Beautiful. When you're looking at what your company has compared to other companies in the homeware space, the block printing is your style point of difference, but are you competitive and stylish? Are you luxury and style? You know, what are the other points you have compared to other brands there who are providing, in that general term, wallpaper and fabrics and homeware?
Well, that's really interesting. I never really did think that luxury was a word that I associated with myself. I started to learn and block print in my very shabby studio in the garden. But actually, yes, I think what we do offer is luxury, to take the time over producing fabric that's done block by block. I've got my blocks just here, and print it slowly and methodically. It is a luxury to do that. I'm really passionate about things being done by hand and craft and well made and thoughtful, not just whizzed off a machine in a matter of seconds. The whole process of design is quite lengthy, from me doing my drawing to having the block carved into wood to printing. And I think that is a luxury. And more and more crafts I think, are being recognised as being this sort of special point to look towards and appreciate.
And how do you balance that out with an aspirational woman who would like what you're offering in her home with how you decide the price point of your products?
We have to be very careful and fair about pricing our cushions and all our other items effectively. I suppose we go from selling very high-end fabric by the metre to making the actual finished product, which makes it more affordable. Within our company, you can actually dive straight in as well and buy the actual blocks and paint from us and make something yourself. So I like to think that we have quite a broad range of options, from perhaps the more expensive sort of fabric by the metre down to the actual tools to learn to block print yourself.
What is your biggest introductory product? What is the product that people most buy that finds them coming into the brand?
Well, I think we find our clients are people who want to add a bit more fun and colour into their home to make it feel a bit more lively, and putting wallpaper on your walls straight away might feel a little bit terrifying or a big plunge. So we always suggest you start with a cushion or a lampshade or a small item, live with it, see if it does make you as happy and as joyful as I hope. And then you can just add slowly and build up towards hopefully one day lovely block printed curtains and such.
Wonderful. So beautiful. And I'm sure you also show the narrative of all of the artisans in India making your products.
Yeah, we've worked really, really hard to find the right people to work with. I feel really proud. We now have a studio in Delhi where we use water-based paint. We're very thoughtful with how we produce our things. I go out there a lot myself. It's my hobby. It's my passion. We're not just doing it to churn out fabric. It's coming from a place of joy for me. It started very much as a hobby at my kitchen table. And so it's really important that the people I work with are people that I have a strong relationship with as well. And our print studio in India is a really inspiring place to go.
So taking a hobby and a passion into being a businesswoman and growing a company, what are your biggest challenges right now?
Oh my God. Well, they just keep coming at me all the time because there was no plan as such. What's my biggest challenge is learning just to ride with it and enjoy and learn and grow as I go. I now have a team of people that work with me, including my husband. Building that team, I think, is so vital. And that's quite hard, finding the people around you that are going to help you grow and have got the same vision as you. And so I find that bit quite challenging, is getting that right people around you. But once you do, it gives me an amazing energy and confidence that actually what I'm doing has got legs and can be more than just a hobby, and actually is a fruitful business that both my husband and I completely rely on.
Amazing. So it is your income now. It's your sole business for both of you?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
How many are in your team now?
Well, in our office in Sussex, we've got 4 permanent members of staff. And then we have a team all around us, from the printers in India to the lampshade makers. You know, we sort of have a huge group of people that I work very closely with. My relationships with them is all really important. So I don't work with anyone I've never met. And it's one great big sort of happy family.
That's just amazing. And I think it's a challenge to work with your partner, because it's when do you both switch off? So how do you set boundaries for yourselves that you're not going into the night talking shop?
I think that what I do is so interwoven in my life that we don't have these boundaries and these very defined kind of work times or not. What I do is everything. It is me. It is everything about our life as well. Our children are really embroiled in it. We work very closely to our house, just through the woods. We have our office. And so we don't really, but we have a respectful understanding of when one person might not want to be discussing work, I suppose. We also have very defined roles, so we don't tread on each other's toes. And while he's in the office all the time, I'm often out and about in my workshop, running workshops in London, meeting clients, that sort of thing. So we don't spend huge amounts of time together. So maybe that's the saving grace.
I think that the saving grace is the first thing, especially said, is just clearly defined roles. And then having the joy of somebody who's mutually passionate about the business as your sounding board for one another. So can be the best partnership in the world. I know many really successful partnerships, you know, from people like Anya Hindmarch and things, where there's been this husband and wife, you know, the woman has maybe been the face of the brand, the design, the creative, and the man is the spreadsheet and operate, you know, there's whatever, or it might be switched the other way around. But as long as there's an equal footing, then it can be a match made in heaven, and not just at the altar.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working together for 5 years or so. And I think also it's finding the right moment to jump in together. You know, mine was very accidental. I was doing my business, he was doing his. I had to stop because I got breast cancer and had to have chemo and everything. And he had to step up to the mark. There was no one else that knew my business like he did. Yeah. And in a weird sort of way, we may never have found that moment to say, hey, you could come and work alongside me. We were really thrown into it. And on reflection, that's what made it happen. And that's what made it work. And I think that gave us enormous strength.